The beat kicks in and you're right there in the middle of the action. Iron clanking, people grinding through reps, faces locked in focus. It's the kind of energy you know well. You've been there. You've shown up, pushed hard, and walked out wondering why the results still aren't matching the effort. And that's exactly where we start. Because maybe it's not about doing more. Maybe it's about doing it better. The smallest mistakes can hold you back, and the tiniest changes can unlock everything. So let me ask you, what if you've been just one adjustment away from serious muscle growth this whole time? This isn't about overwhelming you with complex science or some trendy routine that fades in a week. It's about clarity, real answers, 5 tiny tweaks, backed by what actually works, that can finally make your training deliver. And by the end of this video, you won't just know how to fix what's slowing you down. You'll feel ready to walk into the gym and train with purpose. Because once you understand how much power there is in the details, you'll never lift the same way again. Let's kick things off with the truth that most lifters overlook. You don't grow while you train. Growth happens after. That soreness you feel post-workout, it's your muscles screaming, "Give me a break so I can rebuild." But if you're grinding 7 days a week thinking that more is better, guess what? You're actually slowing down your gains. Recovery isn't optional. It's the hidden engine of muscle growth. And if you're not making space for it, you're not maximizing your results. Now, don't confuse recovery with laziness. We're not saying you should lie on the couch for 3 days straight. Smart recovery means rotating muscle groups, listening to your body, and giving it the sleep and nutrients it needs to rebuild stronger. It's about knowing when to push and when to chill. Ever hit a wall mid-set for no reason? Constant fatigue, strength going nowhere? That's your body waving a red flag. The real pros know this. The strongest bodies are built when you're not training. Strategic rest boosts your performance, keeps you in the game longer, and, here's the magic, helps your muscles grow faster. So here's the big question. Are you truly recovering or just surviving between workouts? Because if you get this habit right, everything else starts falling into place. Recovery isn't slowing down, it's leveling up. Habit 2, stop repeating the same workout and start progressing on purpose. Let's be real. One of the biggest reasons people hit a plateau at the gym is because they're stuck doing the exact same thing over and over again. Same weights, same reps, same routine, and they wonder why nothing's changing. The truth is, your body is smart. It adapts quickly. Once it's used to a certain level of stress, it stops responding. That's where progressive overload becomes a game changer. Now, don't let the term scare you. Progressive overload isn't just gym jargon. It's the foundation of muscle growth. It simply means pushing your muscles to do a little more over time. That little more might not seem like much in the moment, but stack it up week after week. And that's what drives serious results. And here's the cool part. It's not just about adding weight. You can overload by doing more reps, slowing down your tempo to increase time under tension, or even shortening your rest periods. These subtle tweaks force your body out of its comfort zone and send one clear message. It's time to grow. Think of your training like climbing stairs. You're not trying to leap 5 steps at a time. You're focusing on 1 step at a time, consistently, intentionally. That's how you separate yourself from the crowd. So ask yourself right now, are you truly progressing or just going through the motions? Habit 3, unlock faster gains with advanced training techniques. All right, once you've locked in the basics and started seeing results, there comes a point when progress slows down. And when that happens, it's time to crank things up a notch. This is where advanced training techniques come in. And trust me, they're not just flashy add-ons. These methods are how you take your gains from good to next level. If you've been lifting for a while and feel like your results have stalled, this is how you bust through that plateau. Rest pause sets, drop sets, supersets. These are proven intensity boosters that shock your muscles into growing again. Let's kick off with rest pause. This one's brutally effective. Grab a heavy weight, hit as many clean reps as you can. Rest for just 15 to 20 seconds, then go again. Repeat that a couple of times and your muscles will be begging for mercy. But that's the point. It creates intense overload in a short amount of time, which is exactly what sparks new growth. Next up, drop sets. This is your go-to when you want to empty the tank. Finish your set, drop the weight by about 20 to 30%, and go again. No rest. You can even do this 2 or 3 times in a row. Your muscle reaches total failure, and that's when growth starts. Just make sure your form stays solid. If it breaks down, you're just chasing fatigue, not results. And finally, we've got supersets. Perfect when you want to increase intensity and save time. Combine 2 exercises back-to-back with 0 rest. You can target the same muscle, like bench press into flies, or opposing muscles, like biceps curls, followed by triceps pushdowns. Either way, your muscles stay under tension longer, which means deeper fatigue and more growth. Now look, these techniques aren't for every single workout, but when used strategically, they turn a good program into an elite one. If you're serious about building muscle, these are the tools that push your limits, and that's where the real gains live. Habit 4. Master the mind-muscle connection for next-level gains. Here's one of the most underrated habits that separates average lifters from real builders. It's not about how much weight you lift, it's about how you lift it. This is where the mind-muscle connection comes in. If you're just throwing weight around without actually feeling the muscle work, you're leaving serious gains on the table. Think about it. Your brain is the command center. When you zone in and actually feel the muscle you're targeting, whether it's your chest, your back, or your biceps, you activate way more fibers and create way more tension. That's the tension that signals your body to grow. Every rep becomes intentional, powerful, and way more effective. Now, let's get real. When was the last time you actually felt your pecs stretch and squeeze during a bench press? Or were you just focused on moving the bar from point A to point B? If you slow it down, control the weight, and fully lock in on the movement, you'll instantly notice the difference. It's not about going heavier every time. It's about making even moderate weight feel heavy by dialing in perfect control and full activation. Here's how you apply it. Start by dropping the ego. Use slightly lighter weights, eliminate momentum, and pause at the peak of the contraction. Feel the stretch, feel the squeeze, and stay mentally present in every rep. Once you feel this connection, your entire training experience will change. You'll build more muscle with fewer reps and start progressing faster. The pros? They don't just train hard, they train with intention. So the next time you step into the gym, tune out the noise, forget the numbers, and focus on the feel. Because if you can't feel it, you won't grow it. Period. In our 5th habit, we will talk about the most important thing for visible results in just a few weeks. There's a reason why even the most advanced training methods won't work without one key ingredient: consistency. You can have the best exercises, the perfect diet, and all the supplements in the world. But if you're not showing up and sticking to a plan, none of it matters. Muscle growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of showing up week after week, putting in the work, and staying committed even when the results come slow. And let's be honest, that's where most people fall off. But consistency isn't just about doing the same thing over and over. It's about sticking to a structured plan that evolves as you do. What worked for you last month won't keep working forever. That's why having a system to track your progress and make small adjustments is so powerful. Maybe it's adding a few reps, switching up an exercise, or changing your rest time. Without a plan, you're just training blindly, and that's the fastest way to plateau. A good plan gives your training purpose. It helps you avoid the guesswork and keeps you focused on the bigger picture. You're not just training for today, you're building something week by week, month by month. When you can look back and see your progress on paper, it's incredibly motivating. And more importantly, it shows you exactly what to fix if things slow down. That's the difference between people who try and people who transform. So, here's the real question. Do you have a plan, or are you just winging it? Because success in the gym isn't random, it's built. And when you commit to a routine, track your changes, and stay flexible enough to evolve, you become unstoppable. Consistency with direction creates momentum, and momentum is what turns effort into real, lasting results. Now that you've got the perfect training foundation, let's talk about something that can give your results an extra edge: smart supplementation. Think of supplements like the finishing touches to a well-built routine. They don't replace hard work, but they do help fill the gaps and push your body to perform at its best. And there are 4 that truly stand out if your goal is faster, cleaner muscle growth. That's what we're going to understand now. Whey protein is hands down one of the most efficient ways to get high-quality protein into your body, especially right after your workouts when your muscles are hungry for recovery fuel. It's fast digesting, easy to mix, and supports muscle repair like nothing else. Then we've got creatine, a powerhouse supplement backed by decades of research. It helps your muscles produce more energy during heavy lifts and can significantly boost strength, size, and endurance over time. Simple, safe, and extremely effective when taken daily. Next up is pre-workout, your go-to for focus, energy, and intensity. On those days when motivation feels low, a good pre-workout formula can fire you up and help you train harder without burning out too early. Just make sure you're not relying on it every single session. And finally, don't overlook your multivitamin. Training hard depletes your body of key nutrients. And if your system isn't fully supported, your progress can slow down without you even noticing. A high-quality multivitamin fills in those nutritional gaps and keeps your entire body functioning at full power, inside and out.